Good afternoon, friends. Welcome to Living Life. Today we are going to make a Mississippi mud cake. I've never made a Mississippi mud cake before, but this is by request of my husband. I am going to follow a recipe that I found. I've never made one before, so I had to look it up. And we are going to do the Mississippi mud cake, which is a homemade chocolate cake, and it does have melted marshmallows on top. So we are going to start out with the ingredients I've already got measured out here. As a matter of fact, my flour, I have already sifted my flour. We are going to use 2 cups of all-purpose flour. To the flour, I have already added my 2 teaspoons of baking soda, or I'm sorry, 2 teaspoons of baking powder. I have 1.5 teaspoons of baking soda, and I have already sifted those ingredients all together. Then I have my 1.5 cups of my granulated sugar. I've got my 1/2 cup of light brown sugar, my 3/4 cup of unsweetened cocoa powder, and then I also have my 3/4 cup of canola oil. I've got 2 eggs. I've got my teaspoon of vanilla extract. I've got 6 tablespoons of milk, and I've got a 1/3 cup of sour cream. And when we are done, I do have water boiling over on the stove because it is going to take a cup of boiling water to the mix. And that just, when you add boiling water to a chocolate cake mix, it just makes the cake turn out a lot moister. So I've got my water boiling over here, and when we need to add that, I'll go over and grab that. Then I have a 9x13 pan, which I've already buttered the pan. So let's get started. So the first thing I want to do is add the rest of the ingredients to my sifted flour. So what it has us doing is in the large mixing bowl, I'm going to combine the flour, which is already here. I'm going to add my sugars to the bowl. So we're just going to add our granulated sugar. We are going to add our brown sugar. We are going to add the cocoa powder, the baking powder, and the baking soda I've already added here to the mix. We are also going to add the, let me see, it is calling for 3/4 teaspoon of salt. So I am going to add that right to the mix. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to transfer all this, and I'm going to put this right into my mixing bowl. Got to make a little room here. I've got a thing of yogurt going in my Instant Pot, so I had to kind of move a little bit more to make some more room. Right. I am just going to add all of these ingredients right into my mixer. Put this on. Alrighty. Now to the mixer, I am going to add all of my wet ingredients. So we are going to start out with our oil. I'm using canola oil, so I'm just going to put the canola oil right in, and I will have all of the ingredients, and I will also have the full recipe in the description in the video. So then I am going to add both of my eggs here. Then we are going to add our vanilla. Going to add my milk. And then I am going to add my sour cream to the mix. All right, and we are going to get this. We're just going to start out slow, and we're going to get this mixed up real good. Here. And I also have my oven preheating to 350 degrees. So we're going to get this mixed in just so that everything is incorporated. Just scrape the bowl a little bit. And then I am going to go over and I am going to grab my cup of my boiling water. Just mix this up a little bit more. All right, now I'm going to run and grab my cup of boiling water. Right. Now we're going to turn this off. Pour my cup of boiling water, and then I'm just going to slowly start mixing. Don't want any of the boiling water to splash, so we're just gonna slowly, there we go. And you can mix this all by hand or with a hand mixer. There we go. I've got my 9x13 buttered pan, so I'm just going to finish mixing this by hand just a little bit. Okay, we're going to use our spatula just to make sure I've got everything off of the bottom. There's nothing worse than getting all of your batter poured out and then finding it all stuck to the bottom of the pan. So let me... All right, I'm going to move you right here just for a second. I am going to get this poured into my pan. And your mixture will be a little bit liquidy due to the fact you're adding the boiling water in, but the end result is just a really nice moist cake. All right, so we are just going to get all of this poured in. I've made just regular, like devil's food chocolate. Anytime I make a chocolate cake, I always use the boiling water. And the first time I ever did, it made me really nervous because it was so watery. And I thought, oh, I've ruined it. And it turned out perfect. Really moist and perfect. Okay, so we are going to put this in the oven and we are going to bake it. Let's see, what do we have here? We are going to bake it for 38 to 45 minutes or until I take a toothpick and poke and do my little toothpick insert and it comes out clean. We know it's done. So I'm going to bring you over here. And I am going to get this popped in our oven. All right. Alrighty guys, so we're gonna bake it for 38 to 45 minutes. And then when we come back, we are gonna take our mini marshmallows, put our mini marshmallows on the top, put it back in the oven just till they brown, and then we'll go from there, and I'll show you the rest of the recipe. We're gonna make up a really yummy frosting that we're going to pour on top of the marshmallows. So like I said, I've never even had Mississippi mud cake, but we're gonna try it today. So we'll see you back in a little bit. Alrighty, the cake is done. We are going to get it out of the oven, but we are going to leave, let me turn my off. We are going to put the cake back in the oven once we get our marshmallows all poured on top. Oh, it smells yummy. So I've got a 10-ounce bag of mini marshmallows, and we are just gonna pour them all over the top of this cake. Oh, this looks so yummy. Oops, I've got mini marshmallows going all over. Okay. Oh no. It's looking like a 10-ounce bag is going to be too many. I think I'm getting more on the floor than I'm getting on the top of this cake. That's okay. I think we got it. Just got to make sure I get them all picked up before Miss Zella finds them. All right, so back in the oven for about 3 to 5 minutes, just till they're nice and melted and toasty. Here we go. Put you right back in there. All right, pop the timer on for 4 minutes, and we'll be right back. Alrighty guys, marshmallows are toasted. So we are gonna, oh, looky there. All right, now what we're gonna do, we've got to let this completely cool down, and then we have a chocolate frosting that we are going to make, and we're going to pour all over the top of this melted marshmallow. And then we'll have to let it cool in the refrigerator for about 30 minutes before we cut into it. But yeah, so we'll be back and we'll get the frosting going, get it poured on top so we can try a piece of this yummy Mississippi mud cake. Okay guys, this is the frosting. Now I have got half a cup or 1 stick of butter that I am melting. Let me get you a little closer here so you can see. I am melting the butter. Into the melted butter, I am going to add 6 tablespoons of milk. And then I'm going to add 3 heaping tablespoons of cocoa powder. And then we are going to let this melt and cook for about 3 minutes or so. And you just want to constantly stir as you're cooking it just so that it doesn't stick or burn to the bottom of the pan. And then once we have this mixed real good, we are going to add to this, we're going to take it off of the heat, turn the heat off, and we are going to add a teaspoon of vanilla, and then we're going to add 3 cups of powdered sugar. And then what you want to do, just to get it all nice and smooth, we're going to use our hand mixer. Keep stirring. Get all of our butter and our chocolate all melted in there real good. Okay, now it's going to be very hot, so make sure when you start your mixer, you do it on a low speed. Okay, we are going to add in our teaspoon of vanilla. Then we're going to add in our 3 cups. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to add about half. And then we will use our hand mixer. And we'll just get that mixed up just a little bit. And then we'll add the rest. Get this out of the way. There we go. Right, now I'm going to add the rest of my powdered sugar. And you're going to want to pour this over the top of our marshmallows on the cake while it is still hot. So really what we want to do is just mix it till we get it smooth. Okay, we'll turn it up just a little bit now. Just don't want your lumps of powdered sugar in here, so we want to get it mixed up real nice and smooth. Alrighty. Right, now I am going to take you right over here to where we have our cake that has been cooling. And we are just going to pour our frosting all over the top. Oh, this looks so yummy. This is going a little bit better than what the marshmallows did. Okay, now just let me get my spatula here just so I can get the rest. And it's gonna start to thicken and cool really quick. So we're gonna, and there's no need to smooth it out. We are just gonna leave it just like this. go. All right, guys, so what we're going to do now is we're going to take our cake and we are going to put it into the refrigerator, let it cool, let it sit in there and chill for about 30 minutes. Then we're going to cut into it and we'll take a little sample and see how it tastes. Alrighty, guys, we've had our yummy Mississippi mud cake chilling in the refrigerator for about 30 minutes, and I can't wait any longer. We are going to cut into this cake and see how it tastes. All right. I think I'll get a little corner piece. It's probably still a little bit warm, but I didn't want to wait any longer. Oh wow, it's really gooey, but it sure looks good. Oh guys, this looks so good. Okay, so here we go with the taste test. Sure looks good. Nice and moist. Oh yeah. That is a delicious, gooey, moist, yummy, chocolatey cake. It's definitely a keeper. Yep. I think Mark will be happy with this one. So what I'm going to do is put the whole recipe along with the measurements down in the description of this video and give it a try. It is really, it's not too rich, but it's like a yummy, kind of a cross between a Texas sheet cake and oh gosh, like between a Texas sheet cake because of the frosting and like a s'more with the marshmallows and the chocolate. So really, really delicious. But if you've liked the video that I've shared with you guys today, give me a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and if you know of anybody that might like making this dessert, share the video, and it would be greatly appreciated. I am very thankful for all of my subscribers, and I want to thank you for watching today. And like always, guys, have a great, great rest of your day. I'm going to enjoy the rest of this cake.